was my piece, but you play me out now. I'm mad as hell and I'm full of doubt. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, hey, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Machine, what people say they stay.
Suck my dick because hold on, I can't say that's a anatomy part. Stop! No!
All right. Yeah, Mikey said Doc. You can't say that no more. That's for me. No, it's Gina. We're trying to be nice. What's happening? No, you're trying to be nice.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Say it again. Say it again. Okay.
Wayne, go.
Yeah, you can't. You don't understand. You ever put your hand on a fence? It's shocking you. I can't think.
You ever whiz on the electric?
Then
Sorry.
we were supposed to be kind of done then. You know, this is when podcasts would fold. Hey, we finally got the law.
Okay, sorry, we were just muted for a second there. So welcome to the Ignorance is No Excuse podcast, live from Trenton, New Jersey, in our 13th year of podcasting. 13 years we've been out here fighting for home grow, literally home grow for 13 years.
Well, we fought for getting a law passed for patients, provisions, medical marijuana law it was called back then, and Senator Scutari got that thing through on the full floor of the Senate, including 6 homegrow plants in 2009. And the bill passed without homegrow because of an assembly compromise / ultimatum, with promise that we could work on it when the program was up and running. So far, so good, right? You know, we would have thought that it was so far so good, but by the time we started this podcast in 2014, it became clear that there was going to be no clear path towards provisions being added as were promised by Senator Scutari then. So when he became Senate President, patients somewhat rejoiced, thinking now this bill that Senate President Sweeney won't allow to be heard.
Okay,
now
terrific.
Senator Scutari, Senate President, we're in. This bill's going to get heard. Imagine that. Can you imagine the turnaround from the amount of hope patients had when Senator Scutari became Senate President Scutari, the man that got 6 plants passed for them 12 years before that, was now in charge of, you know, that bill getting a hearing. And slowly we found out that no contact was being returned from to the Senate President's office. And that he wasn't allowing the bill to be heard now himself. Yeah, it's like a Greek tragedy. And I don't know. I mean, I only remember a couple of Greek tragedies. They're tragedies. Who likes tragedy? I'm not going for a bunch of them. So, 13th year beginning, we have no real specific agenda today, but just for me, at every juncture, to make sure that the severity of a bill that give patients hope, if they could grow some of their own. And yes, it's not going to be that many patients. I absolutely resent people saying, well, how many patients do you think? As if that's how important it is, how many, And obviously it doesn't matter. Having lived with cannabis playing a role in my late wife's health, is what was keeping her alive, MS. I can't imagine what it would be like if Cheryl was alive now, because I wouldn't have let this happen. I mean, we did things beyond what any other people thought to do, and it was with Cheryl, who was the least likely physically to be able to carry through. Those days are gone, and the example really, could be learned without having to do it one's self. When something goes on for over 5 years, AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, of course, is their, if has a mantra. A lot of people do. They're doing the same things over and over the same way and expecting different results.
I heard Bob Wilson took acid.
What's that?
I heard Bob Wilson took acid. The leader of AA, the guy who started AA.
Oh, is it? I didn't know.
I think
that.
he took acid. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I'm just. I don't know.
Well,
can someone confirm that, please?
That's not the A in AA. That stands for alcohol. You mistake that for
to help. It was
AAA.
Well, it's like CMMMMMMM.
Oh yeah, right. Did I stutter?
It's a coalition for medical marijuana and mushrooms.
Yeah. Now I learned about the CMM and that it being somewhat not rolling off my tongue either, is being Jim Miller. It's Jim Miller. It's like it sounds like one N. My alter ego, and if I need a pen name, it's Jim Miller.
Jim Miller.
Yeah, two small lowercase M's and no space in between. You should mention that though.
Every time you say Jim Miller, I'm going to repeat Jim Miller, like Denny Crane. Jim Miller? Denny Crane.
Anyway, there are people that are desperately in need of a full regimen of cannabis in whatever form they take it. And the numbers are there. We shouldn't make them have to show up like show and tell like I did with Cheryl all those years. That just got doors open, Literally, people would hold a door open when we were not supposed to go, and we got into the DEA building, or no, the National Institute on Drugs building. Whatever it was, because somebody opened a door because they saw Cheryl and they thought we were going in, and we weren't allowed in, but we went in. So, those patients shouldn't have to fight to be heard. There's a bill that represents them. There's other patients that would show up at a committee hearing to testify on behalf of them and themselves. Committee hearings are where information, both pro and con, for and against, people come in and say how the sky's going to fall, and that's fine because it just makes us look good. But the idea of not allowing a bill to be heard, an informational hearing is called that for a reason. It's the best source of credible, pertinent information for senators on any bill. So preventing that from being heard in committee is preventing that testimony from reaching them. Their opinions are irrelevant without that hearing. They need to have the hearing. So cutting that off at the pass there, when the Senate president could simply not allow the bill to be posted for a vote, but at least they would know what wasn't being voted on. Right now, nobody knows what isn't being heard well because it isn't being heard. And, to me, that's the lowest form of gamesmanship that a legislator could possibly have with patients, because, yes, they are dying. So in the 5 years this bill hasn't been allowed to have a hearing, I forget how I came to it, but I really did the best I could, and I figured somewhere around 1,700 patients died, and even if 30% found people to grow it for them if they couldn't grow it themselves, I mean, what does it take? Okay, only 300 patients would have legally done this. Does that mean we don't need to even hear about it? That's what patients are up against here. And mostly they can't represent themselves. That's why I'm glad that you stuck it out here for 13 years. It doesn't matter whether or not we can be successful. It doesn't matter whether any of these signs does any good. It matters that patients know that we're here. It's not hopeless. And I'll tell you why. You didn't ask, but I'll tell you why. I think we got this table from going anywhere. We're pretty solid here. Got some wind. Yeah, one time, and I'll make this a rapid fire story, but back in the day, Dr. Kevorkian was Dr. Death. He was helping people die that were terminally ill, that otherwise wouldn't be able to do it, and people try to kill him. He was helping them do it. What people don't know is multiple sclerosis was his most common customer. And when somebody in Lakewood...
Sue's on, so in case she talks, you can't hear her. Yeah,
when somebody from Lakewood, an MS patient, used his services, it made the papers in Thomas River border Lakewood. And the picture of the MS patient, she was on a hospital bed and she was gripping, one of the things that hangs from a center post that you can grip onto and all that. Cheryl couldn't move her arms. She's looking at the picture on a front page, gripping that, and it was too much for her. And now she's dead because she used Dr. Kevorkian. And when I read that to her, because she didn't want to know. And when I was done, I looked her straight in the face. I mean, from like a foot and a half, because we were doing therapy. I was massaging her shoulder, I think, at the time. And I said, I want to tell you how eternally grateful I am that you would never consider doing something like that. And she didn't blink. She didn't move or stare. She just looked a little quizzical and said, don't assume. I wouldn't. I can't imagine it, but don't assume. And I it's like I could feel my blood or something. I felt a physical rupture in my everything and the way I approach things. So then I realized that as long as we had something to try, I always had to come up with something we could do that she would do. And well, the list is long. And, it began with the wheelchair pushing her wheelchair with a sign, medical marijuana for MS, and ended up right there at the second Keller Inn on the State House. So, this is personal with me, and this season I'm going to allow it to be more personal. I'm making a promise now that it is not going to go like it did for the last 5 years. I guarantee it, because I wondered what it would. I said it wouldn't even be happening if Cheryl was still here. It would not have lasted. The blockade would have been broken by now. And then I realized what that meant is I'm not trying as hard. Of course I'm not. She's gone. It's natural. It doesn't feel like an existential threat to me enough to go to the edge like we did together. And I feel like I need to do that one more time. Senator Scutari is not going to be able to run and hide from this. We're going to have to find a way to give him cause to negotiate. And the way, when you can't give somebody something, sometimes you can promise not to give them something. That's all I'm going to say. But that is sound advocacy when it's an existential threat and your way of life or your family is really threatened. And when you know somebody's going to die before you don't want to look back and say, I wish I'd done more,
Hi, Sue.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good.
It's getting windy here. We're gonna
Is it?
we're gonna see if we did our job properly. I mean, it's really pretty good. It's a wind tunnel. But,
Okay. I saw Governor Cheryl was on the news early this morning. I know she's working right now with big bags under her eyes, and I say that freely because she did.
really?
She looks tired. So she's working right now because you know what's going on at Delaney Hall down in Newark.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gotten pretty crazy there because of the poor conditions and whatnot. And I think they pepper sprayed Senator Kim yesterday. Andy
Yeah, I
Kim.
saw him getting his eyes washed out. There, you know? His eyes looked really
and then Cory
thirsty.
Booker went, and let me see. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know. They're doing something with the data centers and what have you.
Yeah, I saw that too. I can't fill in any more than that either, though.
No.
Yeah, but
And I know there, and then there were, there's a big thing with the World Cup going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It would be nice if like we could get at least a response that yes, I got your message.
Yeah.
That would be
the entire thing. Well, right
that would
now,
be okay.
Yeah. Well, to that effect, I have a table right where everybody walks in. Looks like I don't know if it's so we're well set up. We got some good pictures of the setup, and there's a lot of activity today.
Good.
So basically, I'm able to have a little table right where everybody's passing by. Anybody here going to get anywhere near somebody from the governor's office? If somebody would please get one of those to her, you'd be helping sick and dying medical cannabis patients. You'd be giving them hope.
So she signed, the bill about the hemp beverages, right? Did you see that one?
Nah.
What is that? They can sell hemp beverages in bars and liquor stores?
Yeah. State licensed with marijuana and alcohol systems, they can sell intoxicating.
Okay, right off, I think I don't like it. But you know me well enough to know, do I like it or do I not? I don't know exactly what that entails,
I don't like it.
I don't like it off the cuff.
Well,
but it sounds
all they're
like
doing is they're
available.
following the alcoholic beverage control licenses, and they're kind of like I don't know, blending in the CRC. So it says sales must fully transition by November 13th of this year, or they have to stop selling them. And I don't know what that means. The containers can't exceed. Yeah, the containers can't exceed 10 milligrams of THC, which I don't think any of them do anyway. So that's kind of like a moot point.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, if anything, it continues, I hope, to desensitize people to the entire thing to where maybe perhaps we could actually let patients grow a little bit themselves, with everything else going on. That's, it's like I myself, when I ran as a Libertarian Party sponsored me, I told them I don't know anything about your policies, but when I ran for the Senate seat in the 10th district against Republican Andy Cecil, I did that as a way of finally getting to meet him. But I made it a policy to, no matter what anybody asked me, I could drag it back to medical cannabis. I could do it. And it was really frustrating for people in the media, in a healthy way, though, But I'm doing that now. I am able to get anything back to patients should be able to grow a little bit of their own. So it's just stunning that it's not even about that. I felt myself almost falling into that trap that I'm trying. Everybody else should try to avoid. It's really about getting the bill heard. That's all.
Mhm.
It's about getting it heard. If the bill doesn't have an informational hearing, senators do not know, really don't have their most credible, pertinent information, which is why they call it an informational hearing. It's for them to hear, not for it to be hidden. You know, and when you hide it, you're hiding the information. It becomes a form of censorship, and senators are busy. Reading the bill themselves is not the point. Having people from both sides of the issue, pro and con, be able to have their say before a committee, and then I can say for a fact, Senator Vitelli runs a pretty tight ship at his hearings, and he doesn't let people start just saying stuff they can't back up. So it could be equally represented, but that's all I myself am asking / demanding. I have no power to demand. I'm working on that though. And, so yeah, people are going to get a little sick of that being like a catch-all issue with me.
Yeah,
But,
they are. I know. That's what I've been thinking about when I see everything, that you've been putting out over the years. And then, even the minor stuff I put out, on Substack, just so that we know that at least we know journalism is reading it. But she hasn't done anything. She hasn't done anything as of today. This is the message I have.
I should really get I wish I'd saved one of these over here as blowing in the wind for them to take. If anybody that might get it into her orbit or in front of her staff could give her one of these. It's just like
what, a T-shirt?
Yeah. No. I'm gonna go over real quick and get one because I want to refer to it real quick.
I didn't know if you were passing.
I was, but
this is lovely. By the way, this is lovely.
Don't bogart that joint, my friend.
I brought Lefty a present to open up the podcast with.
Okay.
A state sanctioned, I believe. I don't know, it looked like it was 2 milligrams infused with hashish, and
lovely.
So we're starting off with that now because, as you know, this is all about us just having a good time here, trying to look like we're doing something. Thing is, I think basically all I want to do today is give patients hope that this year will not be like the last and the 4 before that. This bill is going to be dealt with one way or the other this year, and I've made that promise. I'm feeling it. I'm going to get a copy of this and see what I'm asking people to get before somebody in governor's staff.
Yeah, Jim has a pile of papers here that says, please, if you see Governor Sherrill today, give this to her. Please give this paperwork to her.
Okay.
And, people are looking at it. I think some people grabbed one. And it's not a lot of words. It's enough words that you can look at it.
Is there anybody around that could just like stand where they go in and just hand it to each person?
Yeah, we call him Mr. Table. I have it right. Right, you'll like it. It's right exactly as they walk in, angled, not perpendicular either way, so you can kind of see it coming. And by then, all the other signs are here. It all revolves around Governor Sherrill, pretty much, and Senator Scutari now. So anyway, it's right there. And, it's not like we're going to say, hey, can I talk to you about this? We're just hoping. But what I was saying before, you wouldn't be able to see was a lot of people in suits and ties and stuff walking by looking, and I was saying, come on, take one. Somebody must be getting before the governor's office, please.
Well, this guy here with the pizzas, the pizza guy, he'll see the governor.
Oh, that'd be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Do they have cars parked somewhere?
Cars? What do you mean?
Well, how did they get there?
Well, they're walking up the sidewalk. Yeah. I don't know where they're coming from. They're
okay.
Probably,
Where did they park?
Don't know. They come up the sidewalk in droves. I would
ask somebody to. I would find out where they park and just do the windshield.
Yeah, we need an intern.
We have to resort back to the things we used to do.
We absolutely do. First of all, risk benefit, no risk, potential benefit. You have to do it. Doesn't matter. It's not about kind of like there was a difference of opinion between me and somebody else about there's so many signs and words that somebody driving by can't really read it. And I was beside myself thinking, you can't be thinking we're here for the cars passing by. We're here for the people that are walking by, and they can read them, and they do. So that's what it's for. Plus, it's also for be able to have an attachment when emailing somebody that shows this, that yes, we're here doing the best we can. And I've explained it very opportunely to people that actually have the power to be interested, and they agreed that the governor's culpability needs to be revoked right now. She gets to only say it once, that it's going to be, I didn't realize the extent of the problem. And you have to allow her that. But, if you can't get a response, you got to look for ways beyond the ways that you're employing at the moment. And so we're just covering the bases that you never know. It only takes one. Basically, that correspondence, an email from her office to something that sums it up succinctly, saying the governor's
An acknowledgement.
anything.
And
Yeah,
that's what you need. We need an acknowledgement.
That's the entire thing. It's the longest journey single step thing. We think the single step turns out to be step like 8 or 9. The first step is to make sure that her culpability has culpable deniability has been revoked. I do that. I don't know which one of the lethal weapons it is. A guy, diplomatic immunity, and he shoots and it's been revoked. I'm stealing that. I'm not that clever, But anyway, that's what needs to be done in a nice way, because this is an issue that before the election, the things she said indicated she would indeed be concerned. Now, also, I'm coming up against pushback from the advocacy community saying, well, she can't do anything about it. And it's that's not for me to say. That's for me to make sure that she knows about it.
Right.
Once that happens, I think she will disagree with you. That she can say, I will talk with him, because what we're asking for is a reason. Patients wonder, why is the man that wrote the original bill that had provisions for 6 plants, and he was so happy to get that passed, only to get it yanked out from under him? And he was disappointed. And then let's just say fast forward 15 years, and now he's Senate president, and not allowing a bill that only allows 4 adult plants as opposed to his 6. And he will not let it be heard, and nobody knows why. He just doesn't respond. And the thing is, nobody should be able to do it this long without somebody cornering. I mean, I saw him get surprised on Spotlight New Jersey News with Brianna Vannozzi with the call-in thing, as I've said often. And but then what he said was, well, maybe we should have a really strict pilot program where only the sickest and most hurt patients get into it.
You can't measure sickness. It's not no.
Yeah, but
my
point is, that was 5 years ago. He hasn't moved in that direction. That proves he was disingenuous then. He was caught. It was a common thing to say. He got out and nobody checked him. He thinks he got away with it, but with the wonders of the internet, I can see that anytime I want. It's telling. And basically, he needs to come clean. He needs somebody to ask the right questions, maybe 15, 20 minutes in a public enough way that it can be recorded for others' edification. And after that, patients, they're dying not knowing why the bill even gets heard, and it has co-sponsors who are not asking the Senate president to allow it to be posted. He doesn't have to tell them, I don't want this. They know he doesn't want it. It's much like politics on a national scale. The president of the country doesn't have to tell people around him, his party, what he wants and doesn't want or how he'll react. Senate President Scutari does not have to tell anybody how he would feel if they co-sponsored the bill. It's probably why it's not getting more co-sponsors, but I'm sure it's why the co-sponsors do not ask him yearly, would you please allow Health Committee Chairman Vitelli posted for a hearing. That's all. Once a year, ask him. Patients would like that. So my real problem, 3 Republican co-sponsors, Republicans. They've been across the board minority party for, I believe, 24 years. That's a long time. Most people don't know what it's like, and I think they might have forgot their duty is to act as a check and a balance against the majority party. In this case, 3 senators that know that patients should be able to grow their own, only being asked to ask him and get turned down and be able to prove it. That's all. And it's too much to ask for. So we're going to work on that. And I do know people in all 3 districts of the Republicans, so we can work through constituents on them. And, I was ruminating earlier. Of course, I have personal experience with Cheryl when I thanked her for not even considering going to Dr. Kevorkian after an MS patient had used the services in the adjoining town. And she said, don't assume. And, I got it, that I didn't get it, after all that. And it scared me. And it boiled down to, as long as we had something in the pipeline, something down the road, whatever it was, showing up. She loved showing up the 10th District's headquarters. She absolutely loved it. Where she would sit outside there and said, Holsapple Wolf and Cecil are medical marijuana liars, and she'd sit in her wheelchair in front of their office and the traffic would go by and beep. And it didn't work, but it gave her hope. It got her to the next day, the next week. And when there isn't that hope, 5 years, a bill not being heard, there are patients giving up. They can't afford it. It's between caring for so many other things. And I know that it's a whole family issue times however many, and I know they exist. And I took my blinders off, and I've been thinking about it. And I owe patients a little bit more of an effort because I know a little bit more about what they're going through. So, man, I'm going in the deep end again. And it's going to be different. It's not going to be another year like the year before, and the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that. And you got it, one more year before that. Can you believe it is the 4th legislative session that this bill isn't allowed to be heard?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's sort of like, and as we know,
have you ever been involved in a union organization, in organizing a union for someone?
No.
Okay. Well,
I chuckle.
I have, because I had that job for 5 years. We can sit and talk about that and discuss what I won every campaign I was on. Okay. And I get to say that because it was my doing, my off the wall thinking, just like you have, Jim. You and I share that, and Lefty too. We have off the wall thinking, but that's what works. Yeah. So we have to, instead of being so, nice about things and whatnot, we can discuss, resorting back to not being so nice. It's not about,
Yeah, I know how you mean it, and
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, but to be clear for anybody that would listen or re-listen on the replay of this, it can be done nicely.
You've been nice.
It can be done with no hand gestures. it can be done. A risk benefit where if there's really no risk and it's not going to harm anybody, if it is an affront to their sensibilities, then
Doesn't mean
the sensibilities may be misplaced. And you can't assume. Too many times people take part in self-fulfilling prophecies by saying, well, I don't do that because it won't work. Well, it won't work if nobody does it.
if you don't try.
Yeah. So you try it, and what other people don't understand is there is victory in what appears to be defeat. When you don't get answered with an email, that's a matter of record. And when you resend it with another date below it a week later and it doesn't get answered, and you repeat the process, after a while, there's 13, 14 dates, the main content, and the letter's getting pushed on down to get all the dates and overhead. And the person finally goes, this looks horrible. Now, if that was up on a website, which it can be with a click of a button, and a legislator finds out that people can be directed to it, that somebody could walk into their office on their phone, make a couple of clicks, and bring up that letter. See, it's the one time. There's a few things I always say, playing field, no, it's not fair. It's not slanted in our direction, but it's also not planar. It's sort of undulating, and there are times on the playing field we do have an advantage. This is where it is. Communications between a constituent and their legislator, they could take out a billboard and put on a response they got from their legislator on that billboard. They could do that, but the legislator can't say boo about what their constituents talking about. You follow me? You can say whatever you want, and they can't come up with evidence of their own. So what happens is simply establishing an email trail of unanswered emails, or should they, do the blow you off and answer one question. So I tell people, don't use hardly any question marks when you do, and don't try to say everything at once. Just try to get a reply. And if you only used one question mark, there's only one thing they need to answer, because if you use, they'll pick one, like answer the simplest one and say, I've responded to your, I'm doing the best I can. And I know that, and I got to start acting out on that a little more. So I've been trying, but I'll tell you what, it's not like it used to be. There's no real sense of this is crucial for sick people in New Jersey who use this as medicine. How crucial it is, we can't seem to drive that point across anymore. And I just think it's getting so diluted with so many other issues. To when we talk about home grow, you don't know if it's for medical or for adult use or for both. And, basically, people who could support things quicker for medical patients than for the general public, and by co-sponsorship roles, you can see that that's how it goes. There are some that won't go that far. So if they're together, it drags patients' chances down, and adults' best chances are to everybody get behind patients. Let's get home grow bill heard for patients. And although it wouldn't help adults, it would, because more than half of the testimony would be the same testimony that would be heard if it was a bill for adult use. It'll be the same people coming up with the same kind of tailored, more, they're attached at the hip. So the best thing that could happen for home grow for adults would be this bill to be posted for a hearing. So that's it. Just get it posted. It's actually asking the Senate president to do nothing. Asking him to do nothing, to allow the Senate Health Committee Chairman, Senator Joe Vitelli, allow him to post this bill for a non-voting informational hearing. So there's no vote, but at least people will know what there's no vote about at the end of that day. And as they look into it, there must be a reason it's going on. It's not willy-nilly. It's he's not flipping coins, making decisions. And the fact that nobody knows and nobody's being told tells me it's the reason is not flattering to the Senate president, so he's not going to say. Anyway, I'm going to make sure that this year is not the same as the last. And the thing is, with certain kinds of advocacy, as you know, Sue, there is no losing. You win or you win more. You win this way or you win that. Every time I've been arrested on purpose, the arrest furthered the purpose more than being let go. You know, I mean, my God, the first thing when Cheryl and I did it from her hospital bed, used a tincture from in front of State House. I'm looking right where she was in 1997, Governor Whitman, and we did that. Because it actually showed how incredibly loose it made her incredibly tight body in an hour with absolutely no physical therapy, and then that she could move. I mean, it was a test. It wasn't double blind, placebo controlled clinical crossover gold standard test. It was a test of one, but it was the best test ever done because I've been getting told no tests exist. So it's like, okay, you don't like it, do one better. You know, I mean, pretty binary logic there. And the problem is the police refused to accept it. So I went down to the health department to give it to them to test it, and then they called the police, and the police told me to leave. They're not going to test it. And so, if you follow me, was that a victory? No, it wasn't. And yet everybody else thought it was. And that's when I realized I have a different look sometimes than other people. And then it's been proven to work more often than not. And when not, nobody got hurt, or, nobody got an eye poked out or nothing. And we live to fight another day. Yes, please take one. It doesn't matter if you know anybody that can get that before the governor, but I really appreciate your interest. Sorry? I can't. You're allowed to come over here for a second. You know, I won't put you on. I won't put you on, Mike. I'm sorry. Oh yes, I know Jay. Oh yeah, I'll ask. Tell him you ran into me. I've known Jay a long time. Jim Miller. That's my car. Is the card stapled to that?
Okay. Do you remember the marriage equality fight?
Oh yeah.
My wife and I were the lead couple.
Really?
Yeah, we were the lead couple.
Wow.
The whole time, and then we were in the land of legal system got married. Yeah.
Wow.
The bill for trans.
Yeah. You know. No, and you're not really being heard well, but we are live, and if there's anything you would like to say about what you're doing here, you can say anything you want. Here, hold on. Have a seat. Yeah, there you go.
Do I get my name?
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, please. Let's talk about you instead of us. We got signs up. You don't. Tell us what you're doing.
Hi, my name's Louise Wolpin. Some of you may remember my wife and I from the legislative fight for marriage equality from 2009 to 2013. We were the lead couple. I'm very excited to be here today to be going into the Senate session to hear Bill S2260, which was initially introduced in 2024, finally be heard on the floor. That is the bill that will ensure protections for gender-affirming care as well as for reproductive services. We're hopeful that it will pass, and then word is that it will be heard in the Assembly on June 11th, and then hopefully be signed into law by the governor so that our transgender siblings will have the protections and dignity that they need in New Jersey.
You are so good at that. May I assume that you will be speaking at those hearings?
I'm not going to be speaking today because it's the full Senate session. However,
but the ones coming up.
I did testify in the committee hearings for the bill.
You're very good at that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are. Well, no, thank you. We need people to be able to do that.
Is there a website that people can contact you guys?
I can actually give you, yes. I was just going to say,
what was it?
If you want information, further information, or if you're interested, either as a member of the community or an ally in joining us, please go to trcnj.org. transgenderrights.org. That stands for the Transgender Rights Coalition of New Jersey.org. And we currently represent over 180 individual members and 39 partner organizations. Please join us. Again, it's trc.org. Thank you.
It's trcnj.org.
Oh,
Sorry.
So
There
real
you go.
quickly,
important.
Good.
Very
There
important.
you go.
That's right.
And may,
you.
That's why we're a coalition. It's great teamwork.
yeah, and may I say that if there was any way that what you have, the goal we're facing, as you know, when there's a log jam, there's one thing that if that doesn't change, nothing downhill is going to change. We're not sure that the governor knows the extent of what's going on. That's why all this is trying to get it so that there's a reply. I didn't know the extent of it. And it's basically, she can't tell the Senate president to allow a bill to be heard, but when it hasn't been allowed to be heard for over 5 years, it's affecting entire families. Money for, oh my God. It's so consequential and so under radar. The only time patients don't come in second is when it's a 3-horse race. They come in third. It's so if there's any way, that's the goal, to have the culpability, the culpable deniability, it's called, that she gets to say, my God, I didn't know the extent of it. I will have something to say and try to get an explanation for patients. Why did the man that authored the bill that allowed 6 plants, got past 22/16/2009, circle around to keep a bill for 4 adult plants from even being heard in a non-voting hearing? If there's any way you could get that going to that path, you will have cracked a code we haven't been able to the first 128 days of the administration. That's right. I know how many days.
We will give it a try.
So happy to meet you.
You too, and I just told Jane.
It's been a pleasure.
Hi.
This is why we show up, though. This is where other people show up. And when paths cross, we're stronger for it.
That's right.
this is why my sister moved away.
All right, well, good luck.
My sister has MS,
Yeah.
and but she had to move. So I now have to drive 8 hours to see her.
Wait, can I ask you? Your sister has MS, and she had to go where? To Colorado or to Maine? Okay, yeah, because you can grow a lot of weed in Maine.
Well, I would say most people can remember the name. It's a simple one, Cheryl Miller. Look up Cheryl Miller, medical marijuana, New Jersey, or whatever, and you'll see why this is an existential threat that I recognize other people are having.
He pushed her wheelchair across the state.
And, 1993 to the second pillar in there from Seaside, with a sign on it because nobody was listening. So, I appreciate all you do, and I know it's not easy. So
thank you.
Yeah, you're what make it work, though.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's all about showing up. Sometimes just showing up is half the battle.
And it's real good about being on the. Go ahead and take a couple if you think somebody else weeds them. Nobody else is going to take them.
Yeah, you never know.
Okay, that was cute, dear. This is like, yes, we don't have a whole lot of people with us. It's not the purpose of today. The purpose is to be here. We're not going away. It's the first of every four Thursday representations. And what's really good is having Sue on as a guest. Sue, are you still there by any chance?
I was here.
Yeah, I'm here.
There she is.
Okay, I would assume.
Yeah, I
you
got
were.
knocked out before, but I'm here.
Yeah, but what I really liked was, well, you're probably pretty happy we're ignoring you for a while because these are people that might find a way and do understand now, group of 4, the nature of us just needing her publicly to know. At one time you get to say, I didn't know the extent of it. And I've never seen that kind of interest in anybody before. So, see, to me, that makes the whole day worthwhile.
Because she's an activist. She's an activist.
Oh, yeah, with 3 others. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and she's very nice. Her engagement style is really good.
She
So
was,
and then,
she's interested.
yeah.
That's what I
And,
heard from her.
and two of the others each took what I have out there.
Hmm.
So you never know. And it was funny because she was wondering, like people would be able to help, Jay Lasseter, and well, we've been intertwined for like a decade and a half, and yeah. Uh, You never know, though. It's like you said, and and I know it's true. Yes, I believe she does know about this,
She
and
does.
but I also I'm allowed to hope against hope one more time because it's not going to happen again. I mean, she's it. She's the best hope ever, and that it's her 128th day in office. Yes, I know the exact number. It's it's past the 100. With this whole thing in Newark, with the ICE confrontations going on. But all we're asking is at some point to ask Senator President Scutari why he's doing this, and then fashion an acceptable explanation. And that would be the first progress we've had in 5 years. That you got to admit that is one small step for not mankind, patience.
Okay,
And
this is how I feel, and I'm going to tell you what I have in my head, because if I don't tell you now, I'm going to be texting you and sending
I
you emails and
I don't
calling
want
you
that.
up and saying, Jim, read my stuff.
No, put it out there. What is
I
it?
think this is good what you're doing today, and I love it. I really do, and I should start showing up when it's the once a month State House visit. However, it's
There's a
just
however.
there's always a however.
I know.
There's a lot to be said about following what somebody else did for another kind of topic. So I know what to do in that aspect, and it's worth a shot, because right now this is just spinning wheels. It's the same thing. It's like it's like that song by the Who. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. You know what I mean? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I think that we and you two mull over it, okay? I think that we sit down and we come up with a plan, and we do an organizing organizing campaign. Okay?
Yeah,
But we
Jim's
need
chasing a sign right now down the street.
because it's windy.
He'll be
Okay,
back in a second.
so Lefty, so if we do like an organizing campaign, we need a central location for us to meet. All right.
Right.
So you guys need to, I'll do whatever, just as long as I don't have to go to Atlantic City. So I'm not going down there. But come up with something. I'll send you an outline. You guys can look at it and change it and do whatever you want with it. But this is the same thing I'm hearing, and I know you are. It's the same thing, different day, and we're not getting anywhere because now the lady's busy. You know what? She signed up for the job, right?
It's tough. We used to have a lot more people taking part and helping out, and it's a skeleton crew because after
because it doesn't affect them personally.
Yeah,
we're only going to get the people that it affects personally unless we go out and we do a really strong kind of campaign. And there are 4 of us that'll do that. I think we could. I think it's worth a shot. Maybe it won't work. Maybe we'll lose. But my bet is on us now. So let's figure out a date, a time, let's meet. We need a war room. So we need somebody's meeting area. You guys could come up here, but I'm sure you don't want to drive to Bergen County, but whatever, let's talk about it. And I'm kind of guarding my words because we're being recorded.
Say it.
Say what?
Say it.
Union Campaign 101. Okay, we need a war room. We need every county. You know what? And all those people that are inside that Senate House or the whatever they're meeting about today, they know how it's done. They know exactly how it's done. So because when they're doing their own campaigns for election, they have their war room. So we have to put each county up. We have to just start doing numbers. Okay, we hit this one. This is what they did. This is what we're hearing. We have to flyer. We have to resort back to old ways of doing things because the new ways aren't working. They're not. As long as they can keep putting this on the shelf, they're going to keep doing it because there's so much other stuff that's out there. Do you know that last night I flipped up, listen to this, and this is off topic, but like this is where it takes you. I flipped on the TV just to put on a show on Netflix because I don't watch real TV anymore. And the show that was on, I stared at it for like 5 minutes. It was AI generated, and it's a series show, on NBC. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So movement is being taken in those kinds of directions. Everything we do, say, and hear gets recorded. We know that. We already know that. We already know all about mass surveillance and whatnot. We just have to do it. Just have to do it. It's a lot of work, and it's got to be a continuous thing, and get it done. Somebody's going to listen.
Hey Siri, get us home grow. Hey Siri, can you hear me? Siri, give us home grow now. Nope, she said no.
Okay. Because, this whole FDA approved stuff, that's a farce, and shame on them for even suggesting that. It's just, again, it's another distraction. It's another campaign, token that they're throwing out. But really, nobody is attempting to provide anything for the general public that would get people excited or interested. Am I making sense or not? You could tell me to be quiet if I'm not.
No, we don't have a lot of things, and it just really disgusts me that the CRC is patient focused, but we don't even have wheelchair access to all these dispensaries, or lounges are going to be opening up without proper wheelchair accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get
Yep.
it. But
Yep.
they're patient focused. They care about the patients.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are they doing
absolutely.
for them? Nothing.
Nothing. Not a zilch.
Nope.
Ungats.
Nope.
Ungats. That's it. Ungats. What's the other one?
I don't know.
Nada. Zilch.
Nada.
Zilch. That's what we get.
But seriously, I'm talking about a serious campaign. Okay.
It's about time.
Yeah. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing, over and over again, expecting different results. Well, so far, no results have come about. We're not even getting an acknowledgement that Governor Sherrill knows anything. Okay, and she does. And it's just a common courtesy. Like, what has happened to everybody's in politics? What's happened to their decorum? They have none. I feel like they just don't care about the people. And maybe that's not right to say because I know that they're struggling right now down at Delaney Hall. However, there's other issues. So they can pluck somebody out of their big administration and make them be the point person for us to go to. And that would be okay too, as long as we know information is being acknowledged. Never mind seen, it's being seen. It's not being acknowledged. And that's just wrong. That's shitty.
Yeah, we can change that. We can definitely change that. I had I could hear everything you said, but we had sign blow away here, and it's
Yeah,
really,
I know.
yeah,
Lefty said that. Yeah.
yeah, it was trying times. I've never been on my back under a table trying to fix a sign. The table is supposed to hold the sign, but
Mhm.
oh, all's well though. Jack of all trades, master of none. So yeah, I think everything we can do is good. It's all hands on deck. There are some people like to do one thing, wouldn't do another. But the key is what will it take for people to get involved? And, that's the organizing
We
part.
start small. We start
Oh,
small. I've started with 2 people.
Well, we got 2 people right here.
Yeah, I know. So and
Wherever
that
2
was
or more
that was
people
in a
gather.
whole big, regional medical care, center. So, if you build it, they will come. But we have to build something different, a little bit different.
And
Same.
for the people that are gonna say, they're not gonna come, it's like, again, not because we subscribe to a self-fulfilling prophecy and don't try to do something because we say it can't be done. The way you prove it can't be done is to give it your best shot, as if it can, with what you got. And if you're wrong about that, you're right about the participation. I mean, we go out and do whatever it takes to cast 1 vote. What we do is trying to get people to metaphorically cast the vote that we want. That yes, this bill needs to be heard. Yes, we need to see the Scutari files. See, it sounded funny calling it the Scutari files, but I believe there are. There are, and they're being hidden, and I want to know why.
Yeah.
See, I'm
Okay. This is what I think. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys think of a date, think of a place and a time. I'll be there, and we'll put something together. We can't do it over, we can't do it over, I'm sitting on my phone down in the lobby in my building right now.
Yeah.
We can't keep doing this kind of stuff. We have to move on to we have to be in your face kind of thing.
Yeah.
In your face, but you can't catch me.
Oh man, I'm glad that this sign looks like it wants to make a breakaway right when you said you can't catch me. I got to go try to catch it. I'll be right back.
Lefty, what do you think?
I think Jim will catch it.
I think Jim's going to catch it. I think he's got a good chance of catching it. 75% chance he's going to catch this sign running down the street.
Lefty, we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone with this, then we can branch out to, to getting better, maybe better support with, for the disabled, because it's all part of the same spectrum, right? It's all in the same spectrum. We're talking about patients, we're talking about people like you and I,
Wheelchairs and weed. Wheelchairs and weed go well together.
Yeah, they do. They really do. And we have stories, and you know what? One thing that about people love hearing stories about other people. They like to listen to see if they can relate, how relatable are we? And I think we're pretty damn relatable because, we're more from the streets.
Yeah, we being right here as we are, this close to the people are going in and out of here, coming prepared for something, hoping for something, leaving hopefully with something, and then here we are, and you can see it that there's sort of a respect for us even being here, and the fact that we're here without saying how many people can we get to come out today. It's not about the people we attract to be at the podcast. It's people we can reach because of the podcast, because of a replay of the podcast, because of the things that happen during the podcast, just showing up. It's it for when you can, but to be able to help people show up who can't physically show up, and that's helped them navigate how to take part without leaving their home. If they
Yeah,
are,
and
if they're
that's
already,
just
yeah, just
that just goes with teaching. So we teach people how.
yeah. This is where I don't carry a lot of
What's
weight on the we part with that, because like I'm not really well versed
because
in
you're
that.
Jim,
Yeah, I've never,
because you're Jim Miller,
yeah,
and
it
we're your
carries,
audience.
yeah, it carries the burden of the simple things that I can't do. That if I
Yeah, but
could,
you're the in your face person. You're the one that's out there.
yeah,
Lefty is well known
yeah,
because he attracts attention. With Al Rampador and whatnot.
yeah,
It's those kinds of things that people pay attention to, and as crazy as they could be, it's
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I'm
and
the person
also,
that likes. I'm the person that likes to fly under the radar.
yeah.
And I like to. I do my little sneaky things.
Yeah, and you put people in the right direction, to be where they need to be.
Yeah.
And, I like the idea of not taking part of opening the door, because it's almost like if I can open the door and somebody else can't nail it shut, maybe I would have been right for the job, But my style of opening the door, part of the bargain ends up being they won't have to talk to me about it. Just talk about it, So taking myself off the playing field is the value that I bring, being the person that I am. And why can't people understand that? That's how it works. It could work that way, And I don't mind. I'm just now learning how to speak without waving my arms around when I do. That's one good thing about the Zoom meetings. I get to watch myself and say, come on, Jim, don't be like that. Yeah, and also this is running real parallel to like sort of the awakening that I'm trying to stir up within myself. It's I need to remember what it was like when it was personal. That's all.
Okay, so what it is personal for you, and it's personal. I think it's personal for all of us, in one way, shape, or form. Okay, it's personal for me. And past has nothing to do with it, but I can stretch myself back to just to 9/11, and that's not that long ago. It's 24 years ago, right? And now what am I suffering from? Toxic exposure, right? They finally were able to diagnose that. So that's a good thing, So sometimes we have these gifts, and Lefty, you've got your own issues, you've got your back issues, you've got your wheelchair issues, what have you. That speaks volumes.
It does. It does. I got a picture that I'd like to keep more current. He's lighting this thing with a full-fledged blowtorch, man. This is good. Yeah, anyway, a picture of him when we were over at the annex and more by the fountain, and he's on his back while there was a conversation going on, and he was reaching up to adjust the level of something fully on his back right below the board. Yeah, it was like, what a trooper. And we've always known that the times we come out, rain or shine, it's the times in the rain where we get the credit,
Yeah.
Having the courage of conviction to get wet for people who would love to be getting wet but can't freaking move, or they have too much pain or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing my marijuana policy
T-shirt.
Yes, I am. I told Garrett I really like that he sent this to me.
I got one too, right?
Yes, I saw it. It's just like it's nice, and I'm sharing a smoke with myself as we speak. That
Share with yourself.
he will appreciate that I wore it to here. Oh, here comes a train behind that toke.
This concludes.
Okay, terrific.
I need my own mute button. I deserve it. I took one for the team here, It's all about image. I don't even smoke. So the thing, basically it does boil down to showing up, and not just during the fair weather. And we set that example. This is the beginning of the 13th year, and that the nicest hello and feeling I got from anybody was from that we saw a lot of state police today. They were starting a shift maybe or something, but they were coming by at like 40 at a time, a couple of shifts. And and then the one that watches out at the door come out. How you doing? We fit here. We're accepted by them. And the first big honk of the day we got on Honk for Homegirl was from police. Mm-hmm. So it's that conduit that I'm sure there are patients we don't know that really like that we do show up and we do what it takes to be seen. And we found out with Tony listening to the podcast. I'm so bad with names, but he was like way overweight because of opiates, and he couldn't get out. And he listened to the podcast for a year, and then he finally showed up at one. You know what I mean? How many lives does it take before it's worth it to do something? My number is very low when I ask myself that question. It really is. It doesn't take many. Just knowing what it did for him, and he's been great ever since. It's the showing up when others don't. And
there is a fear factor in it too. Not everybody is as comfortable, with the status of cannabis as we are, because they don't have the information, or they shut down the information. There's a lot of information out there. There's so many studies and whatnot, Yeah. But nobody reads them. So it's you have to literally put things in front of people's faces. Like, here, read this. Like, here, take this seriously. Here, maybe there's something going on down the street there, and maybe we're going to tell you about it. You got to take them to it.
Yeah, well,
and you've been doing that. You've been doing that for years. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, so maybe it's time to change it up a little. Tweak it a little bit. Come up with some I don't know, some old stuff.
Yeah, it's like with the people we just talked with. Know about coming from different directions and staying with it, and you need some longevity, and if you're going to really see something through, or just go far as you can, pass it off to somebody else.
Yeah, but it's good to it's good to connect with an organization like this lady that you just spoke with.
We're not done with each other. She apparently knows Jay real well, and I wish I could see the look on her face when she goes, "Oh, I got him, Jim Miller." I wish I could see the look on his face, right? Because but then she'll be impressed by the way his reaction, and our paths may cross again. Who knows?
But that's not the people that you're looking for a reaction for any longer. You already know how they feel. It's the people that we don't know how they feel.
Well, I'm going to test the waters on something shortly.
Okay.
I am. I'm going to. I am going to go after contacting a post office in Senate President's district, and where I can. Hand out stuff and whatever I feel like doing there. And, I am absolutely sure it hasn't changed that according to their standards, they have to have, here's where I can do it. I don't care where it is, because I have it on good authority that somebody from the district will call the office from the post office, coincidentally or not, to, make the point that these are his constituents. They are the ones that need to bring him to heel,
Hmm.
And I don't care if it works. I care for showing up because everybody knows that my high praise to the guy that really banged this home for me as I was on my way to go body surfing, living 10 minutes from where I could do that at Seaside. And I had to drive right by the post office, and instead of doing anything nice on this Saturday at about, I don't know, 9:15, he was out with a little tiny table, and on top of it something with a big picture of Obama with a Hitler mustache,
Hmm.
And so, like, well, I know we're not birds of a feather. I know that, but right away it struck me he was having the courage of his convictions while I was going body surfing, So I had it's something simple. It's You have the right to do it. He was under police watch there at the time, called Dover Township, and I admired that he was there, and it's in a specific district, being there with the specific request that they email him, um, I mean, just getting a chance to talk to people there would be nice. And so I need to do that, and then say, look, how nice was that? And then I need to say, what would really be nice is if it was two different post offices in his district. What do you say, people? Come on. Come on. I got you. I'll set you up. They'll know you're coming. You go in, say, Jim sent me, because we could cover 5 post offices on the same day. See, that would mean something. But it would also be something that other people could see and go, hey, wow, that's what a new idea. No, it's not. It's just that it doesn't get done often. So to treat it like it is, the existential threat to people's lives that we don't know, and we can't make them show up, and so we need to pity them more to help them. We know they're there. The numbers don't lie. There are people whose whole family life would be changed if they could just grow 4 plants.
Or
Yeah, it's going to be different this year, though. I feel it. I really do, and I need to feel it. For me to do anything, I need to feel it. And yeah, we've had 4 things happen today that were all lined up, and kind of like a joke that we don't know what's going to happen, but paths do cross when we show up. And there's a movie, Funny Farm, with Chevy Chase, where he's an author, and they go off to New Hampshire to write a book, and it's pretty funny and all that. But at the end, yeah, they didn't fit in, and they got a sell their place, and the whole community wants to get rid of them, so they want to help them sell their place, and they make it look wonderful. Like people come up and look, and a dog goes running across the field, and there's some deer over. Oh, look at that! And then you see somebody going, cue the deer, and a deer runs by. Well, it felt like that today. It was like cue the deer. People that just showed up and who they weren't just curiosity seekers. They were people coming out of doing business there and really stopping and spending the time talking for a while. And so it just worked really, really well already today. And if I don't have to chase another sign down, I don't know, man. I mean,
do you have flyers? Do you have flyers at the table that you're able to give people?
Yeah, they're out there. They're going. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, it's the ones that trying to get it to Governor Cheryl's attention. And I got to tell you the truth. I floated an idea that somebody, Tom from Shorgo, really liked, and he wanted to. I'll take part a little bit. Is in New Jersey, one adult can give another adult up to 1 ounce of cannabis. You're allowed. It says in the bill. I mean, it's in the wording. It's unmistakable. So the thing is, with no money exchanging hands. So right now, if it's worth 1 ounce for somebody to be able to say, here, I got a letter back, and, with what I suggest here, send this. If you can get this and an answer to this that the governor knows, about this, then you get the ounce, Wow. That's actually legal to do.
Okay.
I'm not, oh no, that would alienate people. No, there's people who, you know what? It's something new. I'm not really saying I would be the one to be at the head of that ship there, but we do need to think outside the box. It doesn't mean we need to do everything we think of outside the box, but I don't mind putting it out there,
So give me a date, the two of you.
Man, I'm going to have to know like how and when, where it's a transportation thing as to where I'd be able to end up. And yeah, I don't do real well going way up north. I could
I'm not
make
asking you to come up way up north. We'll come to you.
I would say the closest to Lefty as I would be able to get, I guess, somewhere where he doesn't have to travel so much. I'd go up there.
Yeah, but I could pick Lefty up and we can come to you.
Wow. Well, in that case, I am
So
right
pick a date.
off. Well, yeah, okay. But then
Okay.
where would that actually end up when you say we come to you? You mean like where I could be home?
Mm-hmm. Wherever you want to be. Yeah.
Well, if Lefty has the time, if you can figure that out, what do you say, Lefty?
I have no idea. My life is in turmoil right now, so you're asking the wrong question to the wrong person. I have $0 in my.
Yeah.
If you want to know my story, I'll tell you my story. I have $0.
Well,
I have zero gas. I have zero weed.
Well,
I have zero time.
That's why I'll pick you up.
Wouldn't need, and wouldn't need.
All right.
Suppose that was the case. Wouldn't need. I understand that.
Okay. So
Lefty's he's coming here without gas money going home.
I'll pick him up, and I can pick him up.
I'm just talking about today.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, let's do this like with just the three of them. That's not potentially somebody 20 years down the road listening to this going, what would I have done? This is part of the permanent record, There's people probably listening in that we don't know.
They're listening. We're on phones and what have you. They're listening. So
this is a wonderfully attended day today.
Yeah, lots of young people here getting to see how our government works, or not work.
Flyers. They're walking. I'm watching them walk.
Take a flyer.
Yeah.
Take a flyer. Help yourself.
Yeah.
If you see the governor, give her that flyer, please. Thank you.
I love.
You got to stand on the sidewalk and hand it to them.
No.
You look at all those people that are walking past.
No, they. You know what? This is going to be some of you one day. You'll keep coming back.
Yeah,
this is where you can make a difference.
You'll be us someday. Watch, you'll see. You may not have a beard, but you'll be us.
Well, that is the point. We're the example of you get to show up here too. To do it this way. So we've been part of somebody's education that way down the road for some strange reason they'll actually remember. This. I'm quite sure.
Right. So pick a day.
I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to keep I'll do it later on.
Yeah.
Tonight,
Pick a day. Yeah. You two discuss it. Pick a day and just tell me what that day is. Just
we will.
Don't do it on a weekend because then that's too much traffic for me.
I know that. I agree. Absolutely. And don't do it during rush hour traffic. Which there is. Oh, that's just it,
It's always
Yes,
rush hour traffic where I live.
I agree. It's sort of like if we can make it a net even to a plus for Lefty, and then we there's no negative. You got that taken care of.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's good. Well, that's good.
Okay. So at
Well,
least we have
My
we have
question
some.
is, what
What?
are we doing in person that we can't do over the internet? I know we have. I know the war room situation. I get it.
People like, okay, you know what the war room is about. Okay, but people like to be face to face with someone talking to them. Okay, so besides doing that stuff, there's a lot of other underlying things that we could do, and I don't want to say it on here.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away.
Well, we can message that around or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I
Okay, terrific.
I told you I have no problem being that person because I know how to fly under that radar too. And
Well, I
you
wanna
two
hear
will
all
have plenty of other
possibilities.
stuff to do.
I want to hear all possibilities.
Yeah, we have
And
to.
well, you bring a unique view of this, unique to the within the three of us.
Mhm.
That I it'll be fun to weigh in and gain like full understanding.
It's going to be a
And
lot of fun. It really
yeah,
is. It's a lot of fun to do this. It's a
yeah.
lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, it sounds like I could occasionally have a good idea and end up passing it off on you to make it work.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, I needed to hear that.
Yep.
No, I mean, look, when I'm the guy that
Oh, and by the way, just so that you know, I changed the Miller Amendment. There's a Miller Amendment out there, so I changed it to the Cheryl Miller Amendment.
oh, isn't that
Okay.
nice? Yeah, because that works way better.
That works better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what her name was before we got married?
No.
Cheryl Miller. So we couldn't figure she should be Cheryl Miller
That's funny.
or what, yeah. Yeah, it's if it's different, I want to consider everything. Everything should be on the table.
Yeah. And it's different, and we'll come up with more ideas, as we talk about it, and we start to make an outline for ourselves, like, where are we going to do this? Where are we going to do that? When we start doing all of that, but yeah, just you two pick a date. Just tell me where I need to be, and I'll pick Lefty up.
Yeah, we'll talk about that before we leave
Okay.
here. While we're wrapping up or something.
All right.
It's direction though.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Good.
At least we had. Yeah, it'll be fun. We're gonna have a good time doing this.
Well, if it gets motion where there isn't, and what I like is I hear that it could be something certainly left over after getting a home grow for patients bill heard. Then they'll come to trying blocking it from having a vote perhaps or whatever. But by that time, if we get a little more diversified, kind of like what you're saying, some direction like that.
And we will.
Yeah, that would follow naturally, and I don't have to figure out how good in what way. It's just sort of like my weak suits have caused my best ideas to not happen. Like right now, we could have had people all over the state waiting for what do I need to send my legislators next. And I got a handful, and I'm going to go back and revisit. Also, along these lines, I'm going to say it more often. I think that getting a copy of Cheryl's mugshot and mine the first time we got arrested would somehow open a door. I don't know what door. I don't know when. It's just I've never seen them. and they're mug shots.
Make one.
March
Make
March
one.
30th, 1998, somewhere
AI.
around 11:14 a.m.
Johnny making AI generated mugshot of Cheryl and Jim getting arrested. When? What was the date?
March 30th.
March 30th,
1998.
1998.
It was in a Capitol Police District. It was in James Rogan's office after that.
Right.
Yeah, and
We have the best producer. Johnny will have that in 5 minutes
well,
for you.
no, it's like it's. I looked in what it would take to get it done, and it would take somebody with more knowledge of being less directionally challenged than me. I'm directionally challenged, and my whole life I blame it on people who write or give bad directions when that's probably part of it. But it's doable, and it's not just that. It's like there's another one that would be really cool, because when we went to I forget if it was that or Bob Barr's trial. Oh damn.
Bar's gone too far. Bar's gone too far.
No, it was no, it was from the original one. Yeah, we got there and they had to delay what we were doing there at 10 o'clock, and there was media present, and they had to delay it because they said Cheryl's fingerprints weren't good enough and they had to be redone. That's a whole thing done somewhere else. She's in a wheelchair. This is going to take a long time. So that was done, in my opinion, to get the media to leave. Everybody left except this new fledgling news place called Fox News. Yeah, they stayed. And what happened was they while she was getting re-fingerprinted, they wanted her re-mugshotted, and then they took my mug shots again. I mean, and I'm like, that's cool, but that means there's a mug shot of me in a suit and tie. Who gets their mugshot with their tie on? They take your tie before the mugshot. They take your tie. They take off. They don't do that right away. They do the other stuff first. That'd be really cool. And it's right there. So anyway, somebody else should be able to do that for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You guys pick a date. I got to get off because I'm down in the lobby and I need a bathroom. Okay.
Ah.
So I will talk to you guys later. Okay. And just pick a date and don't procrastinate, because time is a waste.
Pick a date. Don't procrastinate.
No procrastinating. Okay.
I'm just trying to.
I love you guys.
Like protest.
Bye.
We'll get this done. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Let's see.
Yeah. There you go. That makes direction. I want to hear how it'll work, but if it was a matter of timing, and okay, that looks like something blowing around there. I got to get. Oh man.
Johnny says that rush hour is 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Taylorham Land. Is that Pork Roll City? Taylorham Land. Pork Roll County? Taylorham Hill. I'll meet you up on Taylorham Hill. Or I'll meet you at the Pork Roll River. Taylorham Hill or Pork Roll River. You decide. See you there. I'll kiss you in the rain. Jim said, you got him. Jim got the signs. Jim got the signs. He ran right down the street. He got the signs.
Yeah.
It's like a dab.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to get you a dab. Why not?
Anyway, we'll talk about that while we're picking up. So let's celebrate the fourth Thursday podcast of the year, 2026. Oh my God, 2026. I swear to God, 2009, walking out after even the bad bill was done, no home grow, when it was all done.
Bad bill.
I thought I was done here. I did some dramatic see you later state house thing on the way. I mean, it was central to everything I did with Cheryl, starting in 1993, and then here it is, like 16 years later. Has a long time to be doing that.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
You know, and it still, I believe, gets people to take notice when I say, yeah, the first person I talked to was in Governor Florio's term. And it wasn't the governor, it was the chief of staff. And that he got the head of health, Dr. Bruce Siegel, on the job, getting in touch with Washington, D.C. contacts. They did that in 1993. And I remember, as Dr. Bruce Siegel was head of health. Now, how many people would know that? You know, it's disarming when I have a chance to speak, referencing things that go back that far. And then 5 years, no motion, 5 years. You know what's happened in 5 years? I mean, people have had a child who didn't get to grow up and died and done. You know, well, 5 years, lives begin and end, you know. Mostly 5 years to somebody approaching the end of their... Okay.
Go for it.
This is never going to get continued.
Oh yeah, Jim's doing a huge dab. That is the monster heroic dab of the day. Jim Miller. Jim Miller from deep. Jim Miller.
Is that the wall?
Miller time with Jim. It's the Miller moment with Jim.
This concludes.
No, not yet.
No.
Oh, it's Miller time. Yeah.
Somehow to be doing that with no fear of retribution of any kind. Anyway, where, sure, you know, we don't do that when there's underlings around. But the thing is that we have come that far that we get to do this. We are where we are with the setup we got. And if one of these things gets to the governor's office somehow and gets a reply.
Our work is done here.
Yeah.
Our work is done. We can go home. Literally go home. Go home and grow weed. I want to go home and grow weed. That's all I want to do.
It grows itself.
Well, yeah. I have to allow it to grow.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, and give it what it needs.
Yeah.
And that is therapeutic in and of itself.
It is.
You know, there are people that get it just through the fun of growing tomatoes, because especially now that they're getting more expensive, it's just fun growing something. But that's tomatoes. Growing medicine that can be life-changing for you, and to get it where it's more affordable because you can grow some, and then would be the argument, well, people aren't going to be able to do it. People are. Some will, some won't. And that's true. You know, this doesn't matter how many people are going to help. And they're there. And and at the end of every podcast, you read that list of people who didn't get to see the end of the tunnel. and people who took part, people who were patients, people who advocated for patients, just all those people to remember that it's real. But we can't feel that it's real. That kind of comes and goes, and I felt it as a part of my life, a sixth sense that traveled everywhere with me when Cheryl was alive. And I'm just because I'm not going through it, and it certainly made peace with it. It was, I get to talk about it. Other people are in that battle right now, and Bill deserves to be heard. It's like 5 years. That's a long, long time. And this is the 128th day of our new governor. So, that's right about a third of a year. Just want acknowledgement that the problem exists. And the problem is that it should be heard, and it's not a matter of dealing, well, hey, instead of hearing that, here's what I propose. No. Here, what do you propose? And then we'll add to that, or this. Or are they mutually exclusive? Is there not two things that could be done? But one should be allowing patients to grow. And one should, we can get that information from states that are not dissimilar to New Jersey. We don't have to go to Colorado. Like our Senate president actually had the gall to say, maybe this year he can get back out to Colorado. We have a lot of contacts and to find out stuff about Colorado. Yeah, that's nice, but we're not like Colorado. That should tell people something right then. Hey, why don't you go to Maine? Was it New Hampshire or Vermont? I get it mixed up. They have working programs, and they've taken care of things that have come up with cleanup bills. That's what happens. It's the way it's done. So yeah, it could be done here, and it's not. And that's one thing. The real deal is that it's not being discussed as to why that's happening. I mean, validate. What are you saving us from? What might have happened that's a proper trade-off for what did happen to patients. Let's talk about that. And as you know, there's just some people who will not talk. But it is going to be fun, though. There's cause to further conversations with Republican senators O'Scanlan, Singer, and Bucco. And actually, it's former board member Chris Alamada, who is a constituent of Senator Bucco. I don't believe it would be on the realm of possibility that he might simply just ask, would you do that? It's hold majority party accountable. You're a check and balance. That's the purpose of the minority party, to be that check and balance on the majority party. Well, here's a clear chance to do it. Simply ask. Gee, Senate President Scutari, would you allow to be heard? That would get his attention. Are we being set free now? I haven't had to check on the time. It's just been...
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to hit the play button, but it went... It's actually a pretty cool video. I'll actually play it. It's a...
Is it going to impress people walking by?
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's a disability rights video. It's an activism video. It shows how Bongholio broke his leg and how he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And there's a new video out about it, and we just made it. Hold on. Let me share it here first. Hold on.
Well, you do what you do.
Johnny Stash made this remix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a really good
Well,
remix.
I'm going to see it more full screen when I get home, but I can look over your shoulder and catch the glare. I can hear it too.
Facebook. Okay, make it big.
Yeah, our job is already done here. Our job is already done here, though.
I guess you can hear that. You should be able to hear this. All right, here we go.
Could hear that.
And see.
Yeah,
Here we go.
not gonna-
Mayor Davis, we need a light on Avenue C so people can feel safe crossing the streets. Gary, get Bungolio a light. Yay! Yeah, sure. Light for the bong. Boom, boom, big, big bong. 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 Hey, hey, ho, ho. That ugly step has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Your wheelchair access really blows. Hey, hey, ho, ho. That ugly step has got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. Can't buy beans, can't buy potatoes, can't buy greens, can't buy tomatoes. A step is a wall. A step is a wall. Can't buy lambs, can't buy hogs, can't buy rams, can't buy dogs. A step is a wall. A step is a wall. Can't buy chicken, can't buy socks, I can't buy whiskey, can't buy Crocs. A step is a wall. A step is a wall. Can't buy swishers, can't buy sweets, I can't buy chips or my energy drinks. A step is a wall. A step is a wall. Hey, hey, ho, ho. That ugly step has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Your wheelchair access really blows. Hey, hey, ho, ho. That ugly step has got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. Can't buy yogurt, can't buy smokes, can't buy mustard, can't buy cokes. A step is a wall. A step is a wall. Can't buy Snickers, can't buy Figo, can't buy strings, can't buy mayo. A step is a wall. A step is a wall. Can't buy beer, can't buy cheese, can't buy munchies or green teas. A step is a wall. A step is a wall. Can't buy soap, I can't buy rags, can't buy Jimmy's and I can't buy bags. A step is a wall. A step is a wall. Hey, hey, ho, ho. That ugly step has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Your wheelchair access really blows. Hey, hey, ho, ho. That ugly step has got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. It's
big, big bone. Okay.
Well, I got to tell you, the choice of guitar work is awesome. I don't know who.
Well, you know, it's funny. It's an AI rendering
Yeah.
of Pat Oak's ridiculous solo. Like, he laid down the nastiest solo ever. So they had to literally put in, like, Eddie Van Halen, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, all into one for that solo. And it was just, like, ridiculous.
Yeah, really. That was it was very impressive. You know, and that it's, you know.
Fun
Yeah.
song, really fun, nice breakdowns, nice,
real good.
just real good version of the song that me and Mikey made, and I love it. I'm gonna use this one from now on until it make a better one than that. Go for it. Go ahead. I dare you. Make a better one.
Well, there's somebody that I follow, Gary Kane, a guitar player who could play every bit of that, and it would just sound like him. But he is more I think, I could be wrong, Canadian, playing over in England and Wales and Ireland and wherever, mostly. But he puts out just something. Sometimes it's just three people practicing. Sometimes it's a small club. You know, not the larger stuff. But I turned on one time and said he's live, and I'm like, get out, he's live. So he's just sitting there by himself. He's going to pick up the guitar anyway, warm up or whatever. So he goes live and he plays something, and it's like, oh, holy shit. But you can type in something, and he stops after a couple of minutes and goes on through. So we had this thing going back and forth, mostly about blues. I was trying to get a feel for where he is, you know, I mean, rather than try to analyze it. But it was funny because, you know, he went off on tangents. Well, I'll tell you, Jim. And it was like really weird to be able to do that, you know. So I was kind of happy about that, to just happen to see that. And it was funny because I tested him with Roy Gallagher, who's from Ireland, and he is like really, really good, but it wouldn't be, I guessed it wasn't going to be in his top line, and I was right. Anyway, that was fun, you know, connectivity. I know I should have been doing something else, something more productive.
I tell you what, the State House is very, very busy today. I love it. So they're in session today. Who's in session? The Senate, Assembly? What's going on here? Do you know?
I looked. I didn't see any committee meetings. I for the health. I was looking just to see if the health.
Nothing.
No, not for the Senate. No. I think they only had one. They didn't have a lot of stuff scheduled. They don't have a lot of stuff scheduled. It's going to be getting into June, and of course we know that
vacation.
You got to have the balanced budget thing by the end of June, by June 30th.
Yep.
You know, or who knows. Anyway, that takes all their time. They can be busy with that. It's very hard to get a hold of them for anything. And then immediately after that, you have sort of a summer vacation of whatever definition it'll be this time. You know,
a couple more months off.
Yeah, and you know, it drags it, and you know, meanwhile the world's in turmoil and things are going on in New Jersey that are really grabbing the governor's attention. You know, like Andy Kim, you know, getting tear gassed and stuff. But anyway, it's all stuff that, while I care about it, you know, all we want is, do you know about the problem? Just wink. Blink twice if you know that there's this problem. You know, that we should have to come here with this signage with a sign up there and one down here, and the arrow points up to the upper one. You know, do you know about this, Governor? You okay with this?
Well, you know what? I'm bringing the rat. I'm bringing the rat next time. That's it. I'm done. I'm bringing the rat. I don't care who doesn't like it. The rat's coming back next.
Yeah. Well,
I'm done.
We can get a direction before then, I would think, and if not, it's certainly then well warranted. It's like, okay, people who don't want the rat back,
Do something.
You know,
Do something about it.
Pay your dues. Are you trying to find out if there's a way that you could get this before her office? Are you saying there's no way we could do it? What if our existence as an organization counted on it doing it?
Existential existence of our organization.
It's sort of like, basically, if we could get the governor to acknowledge the problem, I wouldn't be opposed as giving her time to do something or not do something about it immediately, you know. And, you know, be kind of funny if Rattari was the negotiating power. You allowed a bill to be heard, and we'll see if we can sell Rattari. We can put him into storage till the next time you screw with us.
Rattari is very powerful. He will get things done.
He's such a friendly looking rat.
Takes the place of 30 activists.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, today would have been a pisser with him with the wind. It would have, man. He might have been going down the street. You don't know.
Yeah, a Rattari float, if you will.
Yeah, he's acted up before. What I like though is the way his arms are up in the wind. It looks like he's waving the signs around at you. I mean, like he's physically getting your attention by waving signs.
He is.
He's
working
with his like claws sticking through him, you know, and his but he's got like Bugs Bunny teeth, not rat teeth. You know, he's not sinister looking. Anyway. But I'll tell you what, you know, it is, we can talk about it. There's going to be a disclaimer. I think I'll wait particularly, but basically there's a disclaimer because our actions might be seen as being supported by the Coalition for Medical and Marijuana New Jersey. And Rattari does not garner that support from the coalition, of which I am one. So obviously, you know, that speaks for itself, doesn't it? So anyway, there would be a disclaimer that they do not support Rattari, you know.
Well, any other organizations want to jump on for a disclaimer on that? Because we can actually
Well, we
ask around.
Well, basically, this is something I will be getting straight with the others. That obviously this is not a behind closed door anymore. There are certain things I can't talk about the individuals about anything really. What I can say is I can't. If it's going to happen, and it looks like it probably will, but what I would suggest to everybody who doesn't want Rattari back, well, get on your horse and prove it.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for something to happen? Well, something is.
Do something about it.
You know.
Make a better Rattari.
It's going to take the form it takes with a disclaimer. You know.
So wait, who's going to make the disclaimer?
Well, me. I'll get it straight, and I will. It'd be like, here, pick one. You know, I don't. Do we care what it is? I don't.
What would be the disclaimer?
Well, it would be like CMMJ does not support Rattari being out here or something like that. Right by Rattari. I know, right? Why would? Okay, I'm sorry. You know, it gets to be talked about to a certain degree.
Your organization here have a space. Your organization could be here, like a space for rent.
Yeah,
on Rattari. You want to rent some Rattari space here? You cannot support him either.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
That's funny. I like it.
Well,
I like it.
The thing is,
it's brilliant.
We could use that as a direct bargaining chip.
Love it.
No, a bargaining chip. What'll it take to get rid of them? You know what'll it take? Simply an on-record answer. Not my questions, not yours. But in other words, Rattari gets to bargain. You know, so we will get together on what it might take. But obviously, it's basically going to be based around transparency and to say that he would talk with the governor about it. Just say you'll talk to her about that. See, that would accomplish our end from the other direction, if you follow me. If he says, I'll talk to her about it, okay, good. Then we don't have to ask the governor. She'll get to know it, and then we can say, what do you think about it? And we're engaged. So if we can get engaged. Oh, this is such a good spot. I love it here today. And it's in the shade. It's like picture perfect. Haven't heard a horn honk for a while. Is it just me?
I heard a few.
Yeah.
Quite a few horns, actually.
Yeah, I did earlier.
Appreciate the...
It turns out that sign right there, all I had to do is open the back door and the front door and close it on it, and enough of it stuck out where with just one piece of duct tape it stays right where it is this whole time. I shouldn't be getting good at stuff like that. I really shouldn't. We were set up early today though. That's good. It's not an overkill of anything. And there's a group when you get a whole red shirts.
Well, I miss all of our friends from Trenton, like Mr. Bubbles, and all of our.
Yeah.
So there's their horn, Jim. There you go.
There you go.
Hey, oh,
this ugly wall has got to go. That was pretty good. I like that.
This concludes.
No, not yet, Wayne. Not yet.
Yeah, I like that our work really kind of is done, but there's nothing wrong with just sitting here, Just enjoying the day.
Where's that? Let's smoke the rest of this.
Let's. Wow.
This is lovely, actually.
Yes.
It's berry-ish, very berry.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, well, it seemed, I wanted to be sure to have something fitting for the first, and it's not. It's not even a gathering. How much do you value your beard? I get a smaller version of that, but not with me. I mean, the little jetpack thing sounds. Oh, it smells pretty good too.
It smells really good. Tastes really good. Feels really good.
You eat it.
You smoke it.
I don't really think Scutari is gonna ever let this bill be heard. I just don't know why.
I think it's our fault, Jim. I think we made him mad, and he's really just butthurt.
Yeah, that's what it must be.
It's just vendetta against me and you at this point.
Well, then that would be it. How about this? Let it be heard, and you won't see Ratar anymore.
Yeah, we'll go away.
Yeah.
We'll go bye-bye.
We could use to sell them, actually.
What can we do to leverage this? I mean, you want us to go away?
Well, it's just let the bill be heard and then block the vote,
You block your phone.
No, don't let it be voted on. But
I need that now. I'm sick. You're making me sick with this. This is good. We'll get the hearing, but not the vote.
Yeah, well, the thing is, that really would show his true colors, He wants to be governor in 7 years.
Brother, what's that?
What's that,
What's
brother?
that, brother?
That's funny. I haven't heard that in a while. Let's see what signs are gonna fly next. See over here, I have to lean one table up against the back of the table to keep the wind from blowing on the sign attached to the front of the table. The table came just to attach the sign to, and I can barely do it.
It's brilliant.
Okay, terrific.
No, it's really actually terrific.
Well, it had got its look done.
It's working. Except my home grow signs on the freaking ground. I get it.
Maybe we talk somebody into getting it. That'd be a bad look, though, wouldn't it? Hey, man, listen, we're kind of don't feel like getting up right now. Yeah. It's but the view, looking right at where nobody's going into the columns by the main entrance for 200 years or whatever.
Well, Jim, they cut down 4 trees here. Remember?
Yep.
There was 4 beautiful trees, just like this one here.
Oh,
4 of them down
yeah.
here.
Chestnut trees.
They just cut them down for no reason. There was nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. When they drop down, if they hit you directly on the top of your skull at that little point, yeah, they could do some damage.
It hurt.
And they would really announce their presence on the curb too.
Yeah, those trees pissed off the wrong politician. Some politician was walking, or Governor Murphy or somebody.
Well, look,
Christie.
but when you look down, what hasn't changed is you can see where we ran the cones for Christie all these years. I mean, it's like the ghost vision of it, that. And he never went in the side door. He always walked through the cones. Isn't it weird? Governor Christie was the most responsive governor that we've had. It's not that he responded in the way we liked, but he responded and we got to take him on according to his response.
Well, how does Governor Cheryl come in? She doesn't go through the front?
I'm still
back door?
I would think through the parking garage, with there's going to be somebody, you get in and out pretty big. It doesn't even take her attention long enough for her to say, okay, do something about that. To somebody on her staff. Just do something about that. That's all.
Yeah.
What would it take?
Hey, buddy. Hey. What's going on?
Which one is Jim?
Maurice. Remember Maurice?
Yeah, I would remember you. Yeah, anybody that's people call me Maurice. It's a song.
What happened to your hair? You fell asleep with
You fell asleep.
You had a ponytail last time I think.
Did you?
Not me.
No.
No, I haven't had a ponytail.
Maybe somebody was touching
Nah, some other unfortunate soul that looks like me. Yeah, well, we're starting the 13th year out here once a month on 4th Thursday.
13.
Yeah. This is it, 4th Thursday. We did one on 4/20 last month. Were you here on Thanksgiving by any chance?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, we got roots here, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've been here and, man.
I've been off track. I'm back on track now.
We shouldn't be back here, though. We really shouldn't.
Yeah, we should be home. We should be home. Come over here on mic. I can't hear you. Come over here on the mic so I can hear you. I can't hear you.
Yeah, grab a seat, man.
Yeah.
So again on every 4th Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, my schedule I've been out of whack.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you take a seat if you feel like it, man.
Yeah, good to see you, sir. I've been out of whack. But I'm back to me.
Hey, man,
Best I can be and going forward.
Yeah, I remember you. Yeah. You know what it is? I remember people, but I don't remember where and when.
And I'm back to me. I remember you, and then I disappeared some kind of way, and I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm almost back to. I know myself again.
Yeah,
I'm back to
good.
me.
Well, good. This is. You can definitely find us here. On the upcoming Thursdays, and mostly they're going to be casual, but at some point it's going to be a little more all hands on deck from friends. Yeah, who knows what.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, we got to do things a little different at some point this year.
So at some point I can just wear my birthday suit? Well, I'll put a.
You know what?
Just a joke.
A fig leaf?
I know. Yeah. There's a,
We'll move it up from a fig leaf. I'll find something else fancy. These times.
It's
A gold fig leaf.
basically anybody is welcome at our table that understands
That's good to know.
the problem. Simple as that.
Isn't that what our society is about? Everybody's welcome at the table.
Yeah, as long as we're under this tent top a couple of things. Mostly it's getting a bill heard in committee that's been not heard for 5 years.
Yes,
I mean
yes.
that's what the signs are for.
I think the last time I was here, I ended up in the chamber.
Really?
And speaking.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't remember.
And they were talking about we talked about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And was it here or was it in D.C.? I don't remember where I was.
I had to escort myself out of a hearing one time because it wasn't exactly what I was there to talk about, and I could feel it coming, but it was kind of fun. It was 2 years ago.
I think we were at the same place, but I don't remember. For sure. But anyway, I'm going to go.
Yeah, there's stuff going on here today. This has been a wonderful day.
And I missed it all. I was late getting myself together.
Well, then you didn't miss it all. Here you are, man.
Well, you're right. The best part. This is always the best part.
Yeah.
Got my favorite shirt on there.
That's it.
I got a new one myself,
Both got my favorite cups going on there. I just have plain water.
Yeah.
It's actually filtered water, but I need to get some spring water. And
Yeah.
that's where I'm headed. Get spring water and a cup of coffee. I haven't had coffee yet.
Nice.
So I'm still walking like a zombie, but I'm not a zombie.
Yeah. The thing is, what I'm getting from you is what I need to get from you. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but
I like speaking in code.
No, I mean, I'm looking at your poker face. You are telling me, you're going in the right direction at the moment.
Forward.
It's more under your control now than it might have been a month ago.
Oh, than it was 2
Right, you're
months
gaining
ago,
a
whatever
little,
that was. Yes.
little more control. Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it's your life, dude.
Identity
Yeah.
defined.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
And
Well,
purpose
and you're
defined.
smiling, and that's a real smile.
There's always a smile. I was smiling when I wasn't.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
when I wasn't
Ken.
happy. I was smiling when I was in total pain.
Off
But I
to
kept the
this
smile
side
going.
here,
And now the smile is real. For sure.
Is my little blue bag down there? Do I have a little blue?
Yes, right there.
Yeah. Is there any way you could reach it for me?
Of course.
There's something.
There's nothing gonna blow up or nothing, right?
Yeah. Just pick it
Just
up.
joking.
Yeah, nobody pretends to be sad.
There we go.
People pretend to be happy,
There
though.
are people saying, "Why do you look like that?" That's
Yeah,
how I
right.
feel for today. And then some days I did have a smile on my face.
Yeah.
But even through pain. But it's all good now. I'll plant that. Thank you for the seed.
Well,
You know me.
you have an
know
award.
each other.
You have an award-winning smile, and that's your award.
I believe I do. With a story to go, with many stories to go behind it, but it's a true smile. It's a real smile.
Well, you know where
let me
we're
just put
gonna
this
be
away.
for the next half year, at least once a month.
You promise? Because I don't know where we are from day to day, but we're here right
I
now.
don't know. Fourth Thursday of every month, rain or shine. Well, so far so good. Yeah, I know.
That's
That's why I got.
The last time I was there, I got clothing. You had clothing out there. That's when it
Oh,
was.
wow. Yeah, that was
And you were
Thanksgiving.
closing out.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
And I got
okay.
different
That's right.
garments. I still have them, most of them, some of them, and others have. Yeah, it was a good day though. I've got some great garments, jackets, and winter wear. That was a good. It was good for our city that day.
Oh, and let's keep in mind too the little awards along the way. A couple of years ago, I suppose maybe I don't know when, we'd have to hide giving somebody a little passing a butt along. But you're an adult, right? You're over 21.
How can you
People
tell?
are allowed to
This could
people
be-
are
I'm
allowed
an
to do
actor,
that.
so I may not be
Yeah.
over 21. I don't know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we're celebrating that this is legal to do right where we're doing it, and
Can we check his ID, please?
Is
yeah,
it-
right,
What ID? I
Yeah.
don't, after a certain age, you don't have to carry ID, right?
yeah,
It
but
just
but
comes since
yeah,
you're of age, or I still got it short for the 16-year-old. What is it to be able to smoke anyway? Are we on air?
Is this live?
Yeah.
Is this live?
Anyway, I'm just saying,
we
'cause
on?
I really don't mean what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know the legal age, and I do carry my
Yeah,
ID
just-
always.
You
I
gotta
carry-
be.
Yeah.
You gotta be 21 to smoke weed in Jersey.
Yes.
Not 18. 21.
But
I got-
17
I
to go to
get-
war?
You can go kill people at 18,
Ooh.
but you can't smoke weed at 18.
Something's wrong with
Yeah.
that picture, huh?
Well, I'll tell you what,
So you
though.
can't mess yourself up on weed, but you can go shoot at somebody you don't know.
Nobody's
What you
going to,
just
yeah.
said.
Okay, well, you can do this, but you can't do that. Nobody can top Jeff Oaks, Terminal Jeff Oaks, talking directly to the governor, it being read to him at a town hall meeting. How is it that I can live in a state that will help me die,
Yes.
but not help me live by
Ditto.
growing a plant?
So
In other words,
that is the plan.
he was terminally
That is a
ill.
plan. Pardon me.
Now, he was terminally ill,
Stage
and
4
New
cancer.
Jersey has a right to die law. New Jersey will help
That's
you
right.
die if you're terminally ill under certain things, but they will not let you grow a plant to help yourself live.
I
We
said
need an answer to that, though. We owe Jeff an answer. He's been gone 3 years.
Let's
4 years?
ask that
Oh my
question
God.
again, please.
Yeah.
Please ask Governor Sherrill that question.
Well, Governor Murphy, his response
Gotta get
was,
around that.
Governor Murphy's response was, "Oh, I can't answer that. He had no answer.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah,
when
but
I
that's
used
the
to-
reality, and Jeff's gone now.
When I used to smoke, sometimes I couldn't answer either because I had was smoking, but I stopped. So I can answer now because I have a clear head and conscience. I don't know what his situation was that he couldn't answer it.
Yeah. Well.
I'm gonna go and find a cup of coffee. and
Oh, get
and
yourself some
spring
coffee,
water.
man.
I gave you your bag back.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Take one. Take one.
Yes.
Be
yes.
well.
Yes, please.
What do I put? Right here.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good seeing you both. again.
Good seeing
Maurice, take care, brother.
Yes, be well.
you. Yeah, you're another good part of why we're here today.
We usually have music going here, but
Yeah. Oh, we did just a little while ago.
Oh, we sure did.
Oh man.
Hey, hey. Ho, ho. That ugly step has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho.
you can remind people. Mic one more time. Can I use the mic one more
Go ahead, Greg.
Remind everyone it's okay to be yourself and love yourself. Stop hiding yourself.
Yeah.
Song by Layla Hathaway. It's a beautiful song.
Really?
Stop hiding yourself.
Yeah. Obviously, we stopped that a while ago, so we agree.
Yeah, well, there are still people. Some
Yeah.
want to hide themselves
Yeah,
in shame.
Yeah.
There's no need to be ashamed of anything. Just
Yeah.
get better.
And
be
you,
better.
You know what else you'll appreciate? Classes of would be like maybe 7th grade or something like that going by. They get to see that you get to do this as well. They get to go
I saw
inside
them.
and they're saying democracy. What do you call it? Or
I saw them.
yeah. Oh, they're all over.
around
So anyway,
whole
yeah.
parade of them, but that's good. It was a good feeling walking past
Yeah.
them. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
Go coffee
Thank you.
up, man.
I'm gonna find me some coffee.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Maurice.
Be blessed. We'll do this again. Next time before Thursday.
Yeah, man.
So we're actually going to be winding down soon. We got the bell here,
Yeah, we're about to. Oh.
and we're going to thank the. Yeah, we got the bell.
Yeah, we read a list of names those that have gone before us. Yeah, well, you better get away, or you'll be in its range. We design it to make people feel like shit, you know.
That's why I'm gonna come back as a bird.
Yeah, as a
Fly over
bird.
the people I remember. If I shit on them,
Yeah. As long as you keep that smile, dude.
Is it a death knell or a
Yeah.
death bell? It's a death.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, well, it's the same. It's one and the same.
Death bell.
Yeah.
One place or the other.
Tolls for thee.
So thank you, Mad Hatter. Oh, where are you, Mad Hatter? Here, hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
Mad
Right.
Hatter. Why are you still on the list, Mad Hatter? I thought the tent says Mad Hatter. Jim, did you know that the tent actually says Mad Hatter? That's why it's always facing that way.
Yeah, it's odd. I mean, and you know, it's okay
So
to
sad.
make light of something
So
at the
sad.
start of the list, because this is the list. First, Lefty reads the list of people supporting us. But the thing is, Mad Hatter, and then that's where he was doing everything from. That was his studio as well. Well, the Mad Hatter is no more. They ceased to exist. So you almost add them to the list. They were on the thank you, and we miss you. You're on the organizational list of those organizations that didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And the problem is that damn list could be as long or longer than the number of patients on the list.
You know, it's funny because it's not funny. It's actually sad. They lost like $2.5 million, Mad Hatter. So it's people lost their jobs. People lost their livelihoods. People could have lost their houses and homes. I don't know. Who knows what happened? I couldn't follow everyone's story.
Well,
so that was a shit show. Thanks to CRC for sticking up for the dispensaries and letting a mayor dictate whether a dispensary should be in a town or not. After they're already established, just the mayor says, I'm not supporting them anymore. Boom, they're gone.
Well.
But anyway. CMMNJ. Coalition for Medical Marijuana, New Jersey. Thank you. Always been supportive of us. UFCW, Arlo Glass, OprahMachine.com, and SativaCross.org. You can go to SativaCross.org and donate $1 million. That'd be helpful.
Well, it would be helpful for 5. That'd be the fun thing. I agree with James Tallarico running for a Senate in Texas, yet running a campaign nationwide. And he makes me believe that $5 would excite him. It's the number of 5s, And, it's a serious issue, people. A $5 donation would show support, and it can be done. And this is, that's why this is our best shot, is showing up with signs that we can use month to month. But I'll be honest with you, the gas it takes me isn't like the gas it takes Lefty to get here and back. But that doesn't come out of Sativa Cross funding for either of us.
We don't have any funding.
Yeah.
We have no money.
Yeah. So
otherwise I would take advantage of that, but I can't.
Yeah. Quite frankly, I'm not enough of a person, meaning I haven't had plastic or a bank account or things like that in 2 decades.
You've helped me so much today.
My point is, other people could. It actually, it's an issue that if there's a way somebody had the most modest of fundraisers, I could, within your established boundaries, it doesn't matter. The specifics aren't important. The bottom line is that it appears that you may well have set off to come here today without having necessarily gas money to get freaking home. And that shit, needs to be recognized. And, you can't beat that drum necessarily. Doesn't mean I can't. Because, you need you to get here.
Still didn't get paid. I'm waiting for my pension. Oh my God. I'm waiting for my pension.
Oh, wow.
People think I'm kidding. You can see Jim's face. He's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, okay, this shit is real,
Oh, thank you, Jeep. Just empty every pocket.
Yeah.
Jeep, Jeep. Just
Yeah.
empty every pocket.
Yeah, massive transportation problem. It's actually, never mind, but it's like, I thought it was astronomically cool. I could take care of a problem on the car I depend on, and it was exactly 10% of the number you mentioned. 10%, which is like, I was taken back by 10%. Of what the boot heel on your neck right now.
My goodness.
And actually, quite frankly, this podcast here could be in jeopardy beyond your control between now and the end of this year, you know? Well, it could be.
For the next 2 months, I'm going to have problems. For the next 2 months, at least.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Like food problem. I have to go out like get food from the missions and stuff. I literally can't afford anything. But that's cool. I'm in Bayonne, and it's.
Whoa, look at that! We win. You got it. You got it.
I'm not touching it.
Yeah. No. The attach it. Strap yourself to a tree with roots. That's Bob Dylan. You ain't going nowhere. Strap yourself to a tree with roots. You ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Wow, that was impressive. And wow, look the others too. And this is, you know, I suppose it's better than rain, but you know the wind is.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our list. If you choose to accept this list, we're going to give it to you.
The wind should calm for the list. Wind be gone.
Let's give them. Well, it's on.
Okay, that's the opposite. The wind.
Whoa.
The wind be here.
Cheryl Miller. She came here quite a bit
Oh yeah.
to the State House.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right in front of us, right here, about 500 feet ahead of us.
When we came here, we always had a police escort everywhere we went, and it wasn't to keep us from getting lost. It was because of who we were. And she got that we didn't get to walk unattended amongst the others back in the day, you know. Mid-90s day, yeah.
Sabina Rose. Diane. Gracie. Cindy Mae. Marie. Jack. Joan. Randy. Polly. Bill. Chad. Jeremy. Colette. Matt. Troy. Russ. Roger. Roger was cool, man. I'm gonna stop there for a second.
Roger Barber, we can stop there.
We could stop here for a
I
second.
would appreciate that. Break it up.
He came here. He was here.
You know, Roger Barber, a lawyer with a child. What was the exact diagnosis?
Gervais.
Yeah, it was Gervais, right?
I believe so.
Anyway, in the ARC school, special education, and was a legal patient, and they had to change and modify and get New Jersey law in line with that. And New Jersey became the first state, not the second, the first state to allow a controlled dangerous substance, federally scheduled substance 1, to be used on school grounds. Of course, it took Mama a trip there so she would drink it like a small cup within, you know, the nurse's office or whatever, and would do that, and that would get the daughter through.
They had to go across the street, 1,000 feet from the school, to do it, and then she would think she's going home. No, you're not going. You're going back to school now, and it would confuse
Well, that's why I got it. You know, the law to accept that change, and Colorado was second. So take that, Colorado. And the thing is, it did place a strain on Roger. I mean, to be a lawyer at the head of getting this legally taken care of, and you know, it's like he did lose weight. But like you and I both know that Roger was truly enjoyed being able to have the effect that he did, and he celebrated by dabbling with dabs, you know, and we both remember that smile, you know, and that's, he's on the list because he some gave all, you know.
Jay, Ella, Hattie, Jackie, Anthony, Jake, Armando, Felicia, Lynn, Dan, Sean, Joyce, Lori, Frank, Brian, Flo, Carl, Thorne, Frank, Lorraine, Terry, Charlotte, Cher, Jay Bird, Michael, Marley, Colette, Brendan, Red, Rico, Lou, Becky, Luanda, Chip, Paul, Lisa, Marcus, Gary, Julia, Wayne, Waxy, Joe Marie, Paul, Jeff.
This concludes our podcast.
Yeah, I like that, Wayne having the last word.
Whoa!
Hold on, take this down. Yeah, set it free. Let that sail free. Lower the mainsail, lower the mainsail. Wow.
Lower the mainsail.
Whoa.
All right, wow.
Yeah, I gotta tell you.
Whoa, all right, we got to go.
Yeah, yeah, really. Yeah.
They shall grow not old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
If we're still left.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me shut this down.
Yeehaw.
Oh wow.
Okay.
This is crazy.
You realize the timing on that was virtually impossible.